The Brethren of Chaos podcast.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Brethren of Chaos podcast. I'm Callum as always, introducing us. We've got Steve and we've got Charles.
Hello.
Are we okay, boys? Yeah.
All good.
Yeah. Ready for another one?
Definitely.
Yeah, I'm ready.
I don't know if I'm ready
For this one.
Yeah. Maybe we should let everyone know what we're going to be talking about first before we decide whether we're ready or not.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So last time it was unethical human experiments and
Some dodgy stuff.
Yeah. Well, also, I mean, the stuff in that university, what was going on there? We were almost on side.
Oh, the prison one.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
Whereas this week, I think we shouldn't be on side, should we?
Yeah. There should be no falling onto the.
No.
We shouldn't be sat on any fences.
Yeah.
Definitely not.
Right.
Okay.
Go on.
Okay.
I'll let you introduce it, Steve.
So we'll be doing the Nazi experiments.
Ooh.
That's going deep into the dark stuff.
Oh no.
And I think kind of everybody's has got some type of awareness of it, haven't they? You know, you talk about World War II and the Nazis and then the concentration camps, and someone always knows about the dodgy stuff that was going on.
Yeah.
Joseph Mengele. Everybody knows his name, don't they? Joseph Mengele. But I think it's just, I don't even know. So I want to say, where did it come from?
Mm-hmm.
All of this. So you got Hitler running the Nazi party, and he's big into the Aryan race, and he wants to build a race of blonde-haired, blue eyes,
Yeah.
people like Charles.
Well, I've got brown hair.
But so there's the eugenics side, which Joseph Mengele was big into.
Yeah.
Oh, funny thing is, the eugenics and all that. It came from America. That.
Did it?
You know, how we always bring something shitty back to America.
Yeah.
It's always from those guys.
It is always.
They were the ones who they perform eugenics stuff in certain states. You know, obviously they stopped they had the segregation and all that. That's still part of eugenics.
Oh, really?
But they were doing all sorts of experiments.
They've got no filter, those retards, have they?
No way. No way.
Yeah. They don't give a shit.
Yeah, so there's the eugenics side, but then the other side of the Nazis, I think they were all just crazy, weren't they?
Yeah, I think it was borderline
Yeah.
either way.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It went far, didn't it? It went a bit far.
Yeah.
I mean...
There's not really it's not logical, isn't it, what's going on?
It didn't really... what was going through his head?
Yeah.
Power went to his head.
As it usually does, doesn't it?
Mm.
As we know, yeah.
Yeah.
As soon as someone gets a following, as soon as people start following their orders, it all gets a bit
Yeah.
loose.
Well, I think that's what you found out. I think a lot of people will know already that a lot of people were just following orders, and then it gets into actually the commanders and the people above that actually were absolutely crazy and racist.
Yeah, they
and
were
horrible
calling
people.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I think Himmler was he was top of the concentration camps, pulling all the strings and having the say what's going on there.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of these doctors in the experiments kind of answer to him and his people.
okay.
But there is an argument saying the doctors, they were just following orders from higher up, but still, I don't know. You still got
You know when you're doing wrong, don't you?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, you're gonna have to question your true values and
Absolutely.
morals and everything
Yeah.
if you're just going along with it.
Yeah. Definitely.
just cutting limbs off.
Yeah.
Yeah, and a lot of these, what I looked into, not knowing anything beforehand, not ever looking into this before, it was just some of these experiments that we're going to talk about were just what is the point?
Yeah,
I swear you're
yeah.
just doing this for a laugh.
Oh, yeah, it's just sadistic, isn't it?
Well, that's what we found last time, didn't we? About a lot of them, the science that they discovered, any of the data on that was very loose. You didn't really find that much out.
Yeah,
You
not much really
yeah.
came from it.
You didn't figure anything new.
Yeah.
We knew this was going to happen before we did it.
Well, definitely, Joseph Mengele stuff, a lot of his stuff was just, I don't think anything came from that apart from his, I don't know, sadistic.
Yeah.
sadistic stuff. But I'll talk about him later. But another doctor, Dr. Rasher.
Yeah, we should say as well, like, I'm coming in here. I'm the Carl Pilkington this week.
Oh yeah. Callum is the Carl Pilkington.
I'm also the second, but I did try and do some research as much as possible. Yeah.
Steve's the tutor. Steve's leading the way.
I'll lead the way in the Nazi experiment.
Yeah.
So one of the doctors I'll talk about first, Dr. Rasher. Rasher. He looked like a good Nazi as well. You look at a picture of him. But he was at Dachau, that concentration camp.
Oh, bro, that kept coming up in mine as well. Dachau seems like the heaviest place.
Yeah. Well, I think any concentration camp's going to be heavy.
Well, they obviously the Nazis were famous for the concentration camps and everything, but didn't a lot of other countries, a lot of other places were doing concentration camps?
Oh yeah, I think it was like
still now.
Yeah, it's probably,
I think they just took the piss with taking all the Jewish people there. Like, I mean, fair enough. Have your prisoners of war, but
start wiping out a race.
Yeah, stop plucking the race from the street.
That's not funny, guys.
No,
doing all your experiments.
Yeah.
So at Dachau, this Dr. Rasher was running one of the labs there, and he kind of had like he was answering to Himmler, so all his stuff was coming through Himmler, and he was I think he was pretty sadistic. So there was loads of experiments, literally loads he was doing. So, like you mentioned before, the seawater experiment.
Oh God, yes, the seawater experiment was just heavy as well.
So that was literally just to see like the effects of surviving on seawater. Drinking it.
Oh my God.
And
what I mean, like I could tell you.
Yeah.
It's never gonna end well. Like, what is the point of that?
Well, they picked Romani people.
Yes, gypsies.
Gypsies, yeah.
Sorry, should I say that? Travellers.
No, I think traditional gypsies.
Is that fair enough? Yeah, back in the
I think
30s.
Back in the day.
Yeah.
I think it's just Irish, isn't it? Where it's like travellers and gypsies is a bit of a dodgy term.
I don't know.
I think Romani like the
they
gypsy.
like that term.
Yeah, I think so. I think they identify by that. I think.
Okay, cool. Yeah, Romani.
But don't hold me to that though. Any Romani people. So for this experiment, there was 90 of them chosen, and
90 lucky gypsies.
Yeah, very unlucky. And they were deprived from so I think they were held in like a lab and deprived of water until they were like absolutely dehydrated fully, and then given them salt water
instead to dehydrate them further.
And I presume you like you said, you can tell what's happened next.
Yeah, well, it's never ever gonna.
Well, the one that I got on my notes is that it was 6 to 12 days.
6 to 12,
and everyone died.
Yeah.
No survivors.
Yeah, 12 days, 90 dead.
Yeah.
Do you know, I know I said, obviously, I know what the effects would be. I don't know. I'm imagining that the salt in seawater
dehydrates
you even more, regardless of how much water you're taking in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's
so
it, isn't it?
The dehydration killed them in the end.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that was based on why it was actually the German Air Force and the Navy that pioneered this, as they wanted to discover the severity of drinking ocean water.
See now.
Oh, I see.
I'm coming on side. I'm coming on board.
So maybe there is some stuff behind. I don't know.
So say if you were stranded.
Yeah, your plane goes down.
Yeah.
Or your boat goes down.
You need water to survive.
You do, yeah.
Can you, in that situation?
Yeah. How long can you survive on just seawater alone?
Yeah.
6 to 12 days.
I see, okay.
So maybe that's... and a lot of these actual experiments that I looked into were actually because of the Air Force and the Navy.
Looking at survival
just being
techniques.
I think just seeing how long can you do this, and we'll use these people.
Yeah, they just picked on other people. Bullies.
Which doesn't make it right at all, but...
How did they make... So these Romani people were just sat there in these cells in a lab. Yeah.
I think it's lit.
Only access to seawater.
Yeah.
And they decided to drink... how long can you go without water?
Yeah. So they... what I got from it was that they were just given seawater to drink and barely any food. And literally that's it.
True desperation.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you're going to end up drinking it, aren't you?
Because our Lord and Saviour Jesus Christ did 40 days, that's all I'm saying.
And then, what did you turn the water to wine?
Yeah.
got pissed.
So did you get it
Gotta
from...
celebrate that.
So Steve, did you get like Hansa Pit? Sorry, I don't know who this guy is, and I only came across him today. Hansa Pinger?
Hansa Pink? No.
So apparently that was led by this guy, who was another infamous like Nazi doctor that I knew nothing about, and I quite like his name.
Yeah,
Pinger.
Yeah, it's a strong name. That.
Yeah.
It is, yeah.
An interesting one.
And he was just another one.
Yeah, Germans had great names back then, didn't they?
Definitely.
Why you don't get much of it these days? I feel like Germany was like, I mean, like a big Polish population, probably. Turkish people in Germany is quite big in it, but
it was.
But yeah, you don't get any Hansa Pingers anymore.
No, I hadn't heard any of them.
No. So he was something that came up to me because I thought everything that I saw that was online was Bengali.
Yeah.
And then this guy came up. I was like, "You've got a cooler name than Bengali."
Yeah.
That Dr. Rasher as well. I can't remember his first name, but he looked the part as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a picture up while you carry on.
Well, so there's that one, the seawater experiment.
Can I just bring something up about the seawater experiment as well, which is just awful as well? If they didn't die from dehydration on the 12th day, they just shot them in the head.
Oh, so they had 12 days was the limit.
Oh my god!
You didn't want to see how far someone could go,
bro.
That is terrible.
It's literally insane. Like the people got to a point where they were like, when they cleaned with, oh god, he looks horrible.
Oh,
so Callum's just got a picture of
Dr. Russia,
and
holding a baby.
the baby doesn't look too good as well.
No, I don't think the baby doesn't like Dr. Russia.
But what they did was, once they went in and cleaned, like they mopped up the floor. Did you see it
I
too?
seen this,
the people would like lick up the floor to try and get fresh water.
Like, any remnants of like water in that floor, they try and lick it up. They were that dehydrated.
If you were that dehydrated, do you reckon you could like breathe on a bit of like glass or something? I'm guessing there wasn't much glass, but I reckon you could lick the condensation.
Yeah.
I reckon that's in your body.
I mean, you're clutching at straws, aren't you?
Yeah, you can't survive. I know you can't survive. Or that's salt water as well.
Yeah.
No, that's a good idea though. If you breathe on window, it's going to be condensation, isn't it?
Even if you're completely dehydrated. Surely, yeah.
Yeah, I think so. So there's that one,
which is heavy.
That's a good start.
The seawater experiment.
Yeah.
Another one I'd go to again, Dr. Rasher at Dachau. I don't know if you come across this one. The low pressure experiments.
I got little parts. I don't have notes on this one.
Yeah,
so it's all yours.
So this is putting people in like, I can't remember. I don't know what the chambers are called, but like simulate at like low pressure, like flying dead high.
Yeah, or dead low under.
Yeah.
Or is that high pressure?
I think it's high. If you go in the water.
Yeah.
I think it's high pressure. Yeah. But I think there's a difference where if you have low pressure.
Yeah.
Say if you're flying and it's like low pressure up there, you can still. There's two variables, and it could be low oxygen as well.
Yeah.
Or you could have enough oxygen like to breathe in, isn't there as well? But there's still like low pressure, if that makes sense.
You've lost me.
Yeah.
I'm a bit lost too.
Yeah, I think I was a bit lost as well, trying to like decipher the different variables of
let's
the
work through it. Let's work through it together.
But I think this was about like altitude and
so I'm guessing this is the Air Force as well.
Yeah.
So they're seeing,
like Charles said.
Yeah.
Always these bloody
So
Air
what are they
Force.
trying to figure out there then? How long you can?
I think it's just the effects of low pressure.
You just want to see what the effects are.
So they got
I imagine in war, and you're thinking there's some, as bad as the Nazis were, there's some high quality tacticians in their ranks.
Oh god.
They're thinking, let's see how high we can fly. We've got more chance. We're not going to get the plane shot down. They're not going to think we're that high. They're thinking, how high can we go? Right, we can go this high. Right, what's the pressure like up there? Oh, it's there. This is the pressure.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see what the effects are. Let's get some gypsies in.
Yeah. Some Romany.
Yeah, Joseph, any more Romanies?
Well, initially, Dr. Asher used monkeys first.
Oh, that's fair enough.
And he wrote to Himmler and said, I don't like using these monkeys.
Why?
I'd rather use
people.
The humans, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And
It's too inhumane to use monkeys.
Yeah, do you think?
Yeah.
That was... And Himmler was like, oh yeah, go right ahead. There's enough people there to use. So they put him in like a chamber to simulate the high altitude. And I think everybody of this was Polish or Russian.
Okay.
So I don't think there was any Romany, actually.
No.
Leave them to the dehydration.
They get the salt water.
Yeah. So they did all the different tests, different like simulating different altitudes. And one of the results they got was any altitude higher than 10.5 kilometers resulted in death. And the way that, so I think that was like the limit, the cutoff that they found.
There's no oxygen, not enough oxygen.
I think I think, well, the results here, what I got was at 4 minutes into it, higher than 10.5 kilometres, the people started to wiggle and move their head around. So they're obviously uncomfortable, aren't they? And
Yeah.
Just a bit
So what?
fidgety.
So they must be like, are they strapped in?
I think so, yeah.
Obviously, yeah.
Think
You don't want them running around.
Be like a chamber as well, though, isn't it? You like,
Yeah.
I don't think it's like a big room or anything. So there might not be enough room to move properly anyway in there.
Yeah.
But that's at 4 minutes. 5 minutes.
At what height? Sorry, what height?
10.5 kilometres, like simulating that height.
Yeah.
It's 5 minutes in, they get body cramp and rapid breathing. So
Panic.
So they're panicking, aren't they?
Heart rate going up.
But the body cramps and the muscles are cramping up from like, I don't know how. I don't
Lack
know.
of oxygen.
Is this? I don't know the science behind it, but
I think that's why, like, there's something about, this is going to sound stupid, this. Like when you go on a night out and you're drinking alcohol,
yeah.
I always wake up the next day with bad leg cramps. And I'm sure I Googled it, and it's definitely because of lack of oxygen. Something about alcohol.
Ooh.
Was it like the alcohol in your blood?
Yeah.
Taking away the oxygen in your blood or something?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. Doesn't sound silly.
People crumple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that could be it. Then, yeah, the body cramp, and then at 10 minutes they lost consciousness. So they've got 10 minutes of this first of just like fucking
Still alive, but
not feeling good,
out cold.
Yeah, and then at 30 minutes they're dead.
Yeah. Death. Just full on
it.
done.
And I think all of them died. They just pushed it to that limit, and then they got those results from that.
It's a bit of a jump, isn't it, as well? Like,
why did they let, like, so we do 10.5 kilometres and one person dies after half an hour.
Yeah.
And then they go, right, get the next one in.
Get the next, yeah.
Like, that's proper Nazi culture, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, oh, this guy's weak. Get him in. I bet he's stronger.
yeah.
Throw him in. See how he does.
He did half an hour. How long can you do? You're like, no. Let's just take it down like half a kilometre. I'll try to do 10k.
Yeah. Yeah, they've got the results there, haven't they?
Yeah. That's too high. Understand?
Straight up. It's too high. So there's that one, the low pressure experiments. That was happening in 1942, so like peak war.
That is peak war, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
At Dachau as well. Dachau always comes up in... It's mental Dachau, isn't it?
Where is Dachau, is it?
Oh, I've got more notes on Dachau.
Where's my phone to Google?
Yeah, where's the...
Because where's Auschwitz? Auschwitz in Poland, isn't it?
It is, yeah. In Krakow.
In Krakow.
Or like it's... If you go to Krakow, that's where you...
So Dachau...
Upper Bavaria.
Upper Bavaria. Oh, so that's like... is that like Austria? Austria way, isn't it?
It's 20 kilometres northwest of Munich.
Oh, so it's higher up. Well, that's where Dachau is.
Well, some of the notes I've got on it was that it was made for political prisoners.
All right, yeah. Is that like an excuse to label
what
people?
Do you mean political prisoners?
That's what I was confused about. I was like, political, is that...
This is like...
They got an opinion on the government or something. They got...
Yeah.
They don't like the experiments.
Oh, maybe it is like... maybe it isn't like racially, pushed people,
Yeah.
I guess it's just people that have a problem with the Nazis.
With the party.
With the
Possibly,
party.
yeah.
So
It's
they
the
like
Germans
them in.
who were fighting up against, like,
Maybe,
revolting.
yeah.
Or, like, maybe it's, like, people, like prisoners of war. That's a political prison.
Yeah, like... Because they're fighting against the actual party.
Yeah.
Or maybe they're kidnapping other parties' politicians.
And just throwing them in.
5-star concentration camp.
Putting them 10 miles high. Well, so Auschwitz was like the Jewish camp, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Mainly, that's where...
I think there were loads, though.
Yeah.
Absolutely loads.
Well, so that's the low pressure experiments. Next one, the freezing experiments.
Oh, this is the one I got on air as well. This is awful.
So basically this, I think, is how quick you can warm up somebody from hypothermia and just basically all the shit you'd get, from freezing people.
So a true medical experiment. Do you know what? I bet people use like that data and stuff now.
Oh, I don't know which one it is, but I think one of them was, and it was like people tried to dispute it, like argue and say we shouldn't have this in like the medical whatever records. And like people said no, there's actual results. I'm not sure which one it was.
Do you know what? Yeah, like the salt water one, that's stupid.
Yeah, that's
and the altitude one, that's kind of stupid. Yeah, but
you could have just done it with the monkeys, couldn't you?
Yeah, that hypothermia one is like how long?
So you're climbing on the fence here, Kel.
Do you know what?
Dr. Rash's
but no, I'm
methods.
just no. I'm just seeing the data
Yeah.
and the results that they're getting from it.
See if it's worth it.
And seeing that could be used. Like that's definitely used in modern medical. Like
Yeah, it's a common thing, isn't it?
yeah,
You know, like people go to North Pole.
you get to
South
someone who's got
Pole.
hypothermia. How long's he been here for?
Yeah. You want to know
Half
the
an hour.
numbers.
We know from the Nazis that that's too long.
Yeah.
I think you won't be on the fence when you hear the details about this, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll throw you off again.
Yeah.
Go on. Give
So-
it to me.
So it's all that stuff about like hypothermia, like how cold can you make them before they die, like how cold can your body get to, and all that stuff. This was at Dachau again, and the infamous Dachau, and they put prisoners in the tubs of freezing cold water,
Dachau Teaching Hospital.
getting all the records and all the data for your needs. And so they put them in these freezing cold tubs for 3 hours.
Yeah.
Water.
Yeah.
Not like ice.
Well, yeah. I think it was freezing, so ice. Yeah.
Yeah. Not allowed to move.
Oh my god.
Were they strapped in? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like up to 3 hours, they'd sit in there, and then they'd find. So when you're gone in there, they're testing. They're testing the whole body, aren't they?
Yeah.
And they find the danger point. That's what I found from the records when I was
Yeah.
scouring the results. They got to a point that they called it the danger point, of where it's literally like you're in the danger levels now of being in this water.
Yeah.
And then that would be like when death is coming on, and then they try and warm them up from there and see how quick and how effective you could warm them back
Okay.
up from that.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
one of
yeah.
the things I found from that.
Did you hear about the details of how they get warm them back up?
I put them in boiling water.
Oh my
They
God.
try to thaw them out.
Oh,
Imagine that. You got like a body absolutely frozen.
like a couple of frozen chicken breasts.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Just
awful.
thawing.
Like,
Get the hot tap running.
well, they would. So I don't know if you've got this as well, but they chuck them outside in the freezing cold,
Just leave them out.
just absolutely naked.
Oh my god.
And they would have to stay there screaming and shouting until they just froze to death. So they try to thaw these people out by obviously putting hot water on them, but also by putting sleeping bags on them, and also having women
Yeah.
have sex with them.
Well, what I read about that was that's a European like a tale of
Yeah.
like what fishermen used to do when they were out in sea.
Yeah.
They'd go back to port and obviously sleep with the women
Yeah.
and say it was like an excuse.
Oh,
To warm themselves up.
Oh my god. So the
Literally.
Nazis fell for it. Oh.
Hook, line and sinker.
These Nazis, man.
So that's like, so I don't understand. That's a bit much, that, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I've got some of the results here. So, yeah, I wrote down some of the results. So the like as Charles was saying, they were dropping him into boiling water, and this caused massive shock to the system. So I think it's like the
That's too much,
extreme-
that, innit?
Yeah,
Yeah.
your body
Hot's cold.
can't handle,
Cold or hot?
You can't fool yourself out, mate.
Yeah.
and they all died from
Yeah.
the dropping them in boiling water.
Yeah.
That resulted in death. That method,
Okay. Yeah.
Dr. Rash's method. And some of the so the reports. So if you're in cold water of 5 degrees,
Mm-hmm.
the danger point that they established was at 1 hour of tolerance.
Okay.
So there's you can kind of apply that, can't you? You know,
Yeah.
Intolerance at 1 hour.
that's you've got your tolerance of 1 hour in
Yeah.
5 degrees. In 15 degrees, your tolerance is 4 to 5 hours.
Yeah. See, 15 degrees doesn't seem that cold, but I bet
Mhm.
it's freezing.
For yeah,
Yeah. Well, we're one at about 9, 8 now, I would say, like around this time.
yeah,
Outside, yeah.
Yeah. So can you imagine like sitting out in the cold like now about
Yeah.
6 degrees it is right now.
6 degrees?
Fucking
Oh. So what's that? We would last about what?
1 hour.
1 hour.
If you're in 6
Really?
degrees
Of
well, it's-
water, though.
yeah.
Oh.
Well, you know, I was hiking with Matty
How does
in
that...
the Lake District,
Yeah.
there, and I slipped into a river.
What?
But only my arm went in.
Yeah.
And this was like, I didn't know the temperature, but it was cold, and my whole arm went numb, like but instantly.
Jesus,
and I was saying to Matt was like, "You okay?" And I was like, I couldn't tell if I like broke it or something,
Yeah.
you know, because it was
wow.
numb.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, "What? It's so." That literally just went in and like supported my weight, and then I got back out.
Yeah.
And that was like, I don't know what temperature, but it was cold.
When was that, like a few weeks ago?
That was this Monday.
Was it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
And it was
So-
absolutely numb for like an hour.
It was cold, like Monday, though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
This week.
And how long did it take to get back to normal?
About an hour.
Oh,
I'd say
wow.
of walking.
Wow.
It went back to normal, but that's like literally, it was only in for a bit. and it went fully numb. So you're like, if your whole body's in,
submerged in this really freezing water.
your body's fucked, isn't it?
Yeah.
And you can't do anything. You're not allowed to move.
Yeah.
It's absolutely awful. The one thing that I got from this to make everyone feel better is that when the US troops came in,
Yeah.
they just shot all of them and they let the prisoners go.
Oh.
Yeah.
So, like,
The frozen prisoners.
no, please.
can you imagine walking into that?
Yeah.
What is going on here?
Yeah.
Poking at them.
Yeah. Shivering.
What's been going on here?
What the hell? Mate, Dachau. I love it.
So what
Yeah.
are they trying to fix? So they're just trying to figure out, like, that's again, like, isn't it? If
Just all the data
winter
from...
warfare,
Yeah.
someone gets stuck out there, plane goes down again.
Yeah. I think it's literally all that. Just the data you can get from all...
These are really pushing, like, they're trying to find out what's the physical limit of a human being. Aren't
Yeah,
they?
yeah.
Whereas
Absolutely.
the last ones, last time, were what is the mental limit of a human being? Yeah.
This is just going straight
Physical.
into
Really
it.
test
Yeah.
the mental, and then this is like test. I mean, and I think the physical definitely affects you mentally as well.
Yeah.
Well,
Whereas
I was thinking, sorry, that if you're in the barracks, right, and it is because you're going through Christmas and stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
how long did this war last? In 1940 to 19 something.
1945 it finished, didn't it?
Yeah.
So this
Yeah.
ran for 3 years.
For the, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this... So, yeah.
These experiments. Did,
These
yeah.
experiments,
3
yeah.
years, and you're like, did they ever at some point apply this to the people that actually were?
Yeah.
Yeah, did
in
the
the
results
barracks.
ever get out to, like, the actual
Yeah.
use?
Yeah.
No, but what is, I don't understand. Like that cold. So what were the results from that? There's no.
I
an
think...
hour in cold water.
So,
What are they trying to get from that? So they tell the pilot. So if it's 5 degrees water,
You've got an hour.
you've got an hour. So he goes down in the water.
Yeah.
He's in the water. He gets his thermometer out.
Yeah.
And he checks.
Checks the...
Okay, we're at like 6.5 degrees here. Okay.
He knows not to drink the water as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Need the results.
Yeah.
Seawater.
He knows if I start drinking, I've only got 12 days. So he's got 6 degrees. Right. I've got just over an hour here in this. And
Yeah.
what? And then what?
And then he's fucked.
When it gets back, plane, one of the fighter plane 5436 went down today in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah.
How long's he been out there? Oh, about an hour 45. I'll leave him.
No,
He's dead.
yeah, he's dead. No point. Well, yeah. So, yeah, that's it. You got the other one is you don't warm people up by putting them in like boiling water.
Well, yep.
Yeah,
There's that one.
I think we
fair
would have
enough,
knew that, to be fair. though.
yeah. Well, we also got like I remember when I was in school and it was like winter and you'd
Yeah.
run in from the playground and that and get your hands on the radiator and all the teachers would be like, "No, get your hands off the radiator." Like, it's like too.
This is like a different level.
Yeah, this
but this is like the base level.
Let it warm up gradually.
I get it. Yeah, it was too much.
Yeah, that's like from that extreme cold to extreme hot.
I think with
No
that
bueno.
you can burn yourself, can't you? Because you're numb.
Oh, you can't. Yeah, you can't feel.
You can't
it,
feel it.
really.
If you're
Yeah.
putting your hand on the radiator,
Yeah, they
you're
weren't
numb.
interested about burning people, were they? Dipping them in boiling water.
fucking cooking them.
Yeah,
I think this debunks all the theories that Walt Disney is being froze.
yeah,
Yeah.
because we can't. Yeah, we're not
Can't
getting him
throw
back.
him out, mate. Maybe that's it.
Yeah, doesn't matter how many women.
So of these experiments, 80 to 90% of the people died.
People survived.
So there must have been some people who
Yeah,
got warmed up.
in the sleeping bags.
Yeah.
Well, one of the points that I had from Dachau was that there was 188,000 people that were at Dachau. That's massive. I think it was the longest active concentration camp.
Yeah.
It lasted the whole regime of the Nazi regime.
Whoa.
Some
And
dark stuff going on there.
yeah, and out of the 188,000, can you just guess how many died?
Oh, 188,000.
170,000.
No, that's that's a bit. High.
Yeah, I know. I was going
Yeah,
That's
extreme
making
there.
it
Like,
look- this makes it look a bit poo now, but it's like 31,000.
That's still a lot of people, though, isn't it?
like
Yeah.
if you try and like physically imagine 31,000 people.
It's like a full Goodison Park. That.
Your mind goes straight to a
Yeah.
footy
To a footy
stadium.
stadium.
Well, that's it. That's the only time
That's a
I've-
lot of people.
That is a lot. Of
That's the
people.
best way. I find that the best way to like envisage, like
to gauge.
yeah, to that amount of people because I've never seen. I know for a fact like there's 35,000 people in Goodison Park when I go there.
Yeah, you got the vision of
That's
it.
the only time I've ever.
That's actually a good point. There's a lot of people.
Yeah.
And then you think about it over that a 12-year period, and it's only one camp.
Yeah, that's just one camp.
Yeah.
All them there, dreams, hopes,
Yeah.
families, memories.
Was Mengele at this camp?
He was at Auschwitz.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He was
so
milling around in that.
That's what I got
Actually.
mixed up with, because I thought, okay, so this Pinger and this what's his name guy? Rasher guy was obviously out in here doing bear experiments, but at Auschwitz, Mengele was also having the time of his life.
Yeah, he was
messing about with. Himmler was loving it.
Yeah, he's got all these people fucking doing all sorts. Letters coming back. Can you use these people? Oh, right ahead, yeah.
Crazy.
Approved.
So another experiment, Dr. Rasher again, the blood coagulation experiment.
I just passed this before I came out. I didn't have any time to research this one.
So this was about like blood and blood clots, and basically saying like, I suppose they'd apply it to the war if you got shot and you're going to bleed out. What to do?
How long is it going to take?
Yeah, and how can you prevent it and stuff like that. And with this experiment, they literally just shot prisoners. They just lined them up, shot them in the legs, arms, chest.
That's brutal.
And just like measured like the blood flow.
Just assessed it.
Yeah, but they had there's loads of medicine used to clot the blood, and they test them out. So each like prisoner would be having like all these different medicine, testing it.
Put on them,
and some of them actually worked.
Yeah.
Some of the, I don't know which one, which medicine, but some of them was like success, actually helped.
Yeah.
And was actually used in the battlefield. But that, and the other one, the amputated limbs as well. So just cut limbs straight off.
See how long it took to bleed out.
Yeah, let it bleed out.
I heard about that one too. That's just brutal, isn't it?
That's so rough.
Imagine if you're the person doing that. You're just going to grab a leg and just hack it off. I was just doing what I was told.
Can you imagine being the intern that day? So today, you're going to be cutting off this guy's leg.
Yeah, fucking... What do you... Like, you know it's wrong, don't you?
Yeah, there's no excuses really, is there, on that one?
I think a lot of these are wrong.
Yeah.
I think there's no in-between with this, to be honest. And I think, there might be, like, at the time, logical thinking as to why they might do it, but if they did that, you can't do that today. Like, you experiment in so many different ways now, and as you said, on animals, which is, again is unethical.
Yeah.
But still.
Well, do you think like experimenting on animals is less unethical than humans, isn't it?
Well, I think it depends on your.
But there'll be people who say
perception.
I don't know. I don't know whether all those PETA people will be. Because they wouldn't. Because it's strange, isn't it? Like testing shampoos and stuff.
Yeah.
Because people, you could pay someone to test the shampoo.
It's a touchy
sign
subject.
it out. If it burns your scalp, it burns your scalp. But we paid you, and you signed.
And then,
But you can't pay a rabbit and get him to sign.
Yeah, it's against their will, isn't it?
Yeah.
But do they even have will?
I think yeah. Oh.
We're going down a rabbit hole here.
Literally.
Speaking about a rabbit hole, I got into one the other day, which is like our brain or our eyes can only see like 3% of like what we can see in real life. So what we're seeing in real life is like not anything compared to like actual reality. And that when people cut plants, they scream. Have you heard about that?
I think I have heard about that actually. They released some like type of something.
I don't know, but I've heard they scream.
Oh
I don't know. It was on TikTok.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like when I was going through it at like 3 a.m. and this guy was going, listen, mate, there's 97% of this world that you can't see because our eyes can't see it.
What does that mean? Like, is that like gases and stuff?
It's like
must be all sorts.
It's
sound
all sorts.
waves.
Yeah, like colours you can't see.
Yeah, because it's a wavelength, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like different spectrums. Like, okay, even if this is completely off topic, but say like if there is like a fifth dimension, and there is a ghost, or what we think is a ghost, we can't see them.
Yeah.
I know what you mean. Though.
Our eyes physically are not capable. Like we're in this augmented reality of what we think.
Yeah.
So
it's like everything, isn't it? Like between us now, us three. Yeah, there's so much in between us, but because we can't see it, we assume there's nothing.
Yeah.
So then, how that relates to the animals, like
well, Nazi experiments.
Nazi experiments. Yeah, I'm sure there's an experiment later on that covers that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was Dr. Rasher's experiments.
They'll be thinking as well, like I could do this with a chimp, but how do I know that chimps haven't got like a tolerance to extreme altitude or
like
extreme cold?
They react differently.
Yeah. That's what they'll be thinking. I know it's not the right way to think, but you should just go for the closest with you. It's like when you're practicing, like in science, and you're doing dissections and stuff. You don't dissect the human heart, do you? What do you use? Lamb's hearts or something?
Is it or a pig?
It's most similar.
A lamb.
Or a pig, yeah, something like that.
They're more similar than monkeys' hearts.
I don't know how easy a monkey's heart is to.
Yeah, how would you get hold of one of them for you for school?
Wasn't it frog's heart?
A frog's heart.
You dissect frogs, don't you? Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever did that.
No,
I don't think I did as well.
But I definitely did the heart and like livers and stuff.
Did you?
Yeah, in science.
The thing is, you can buy it's just the same as buying food. You buy a liver, can't you, from the shop?
Yeah. You can
just
buy hearts.
Cut that up in your kitchen.
Yeah. The butchers, yeah. You go to a butcher and get pretty much anything, I think. A stomach.
You ever ate a heart before?
No.
I don't think so.
I've had a chicken heart.
I've had chicken hearts, yeah. I have actually had chicken hearts.
Wait, where do you get them from?
They do them in Ben, Brazil, don't they?
That's where I was.
Is that what do they look like hearts? Are they just meat? Just like meat?
Yeah. I think you could tell, yeah.
Yeah.
I think if you look closely enough.
Yeah.
What do they taste like?
Awful.
Yeah. I didn't mind it.
I can't remember what it tastes like because I was like 11, but they taste. They don't taste like any other meat, really. They are very different, I feel.
Yeah, it's an organ.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's rich.
Different
taste.
taste.
There's a rich taste in organs, isn't there?
Very plushy.
Yeah.
I don't know how to put it.
I like that word. I like that word.
Plushy.
I think that's the only thing I do though. I couldn't eat an actual heart or like liver.
A human
knocks
heart.
me a bit. Oh, yeah, I couldn't eat a human
A
heart.
human heart. Is this what what you're
Especially
like?
raw. Couldn't eat a raw human heart.
Can just dive into a human.
Yeah. No, I couldn't eat any other people like liver, don't they? A lot.
I don't
Liver
like
and
that.
onions.
I see again. I think that's a bit too strong.
Or
of a
kidney,
flavour.
steak and kidney pie. You never see them anymore, do you?
No,
Steak and kidney pie from the chippy.
it's just steak pie.
Yeah, it's just steak pie now. Oh, bloody hell, get the organs back in our pies.
Well,
Anyway,
Dr. Rasher.
Thanks for getting us back on track, Steve.
He actually got he made gloves, bags, pants, other items from the skin of the prisoners.
That is lovely.
So I suppose that's
Recycling. Reduce, reuse, recycle.
there we go. He's using the 3 R's. But he's taken to another level. There's no
Pants is a bit much. You know what?
flared Jewish pants.
Yeah.
You know what? I understand like jeans. Oh, not jeans. Sorry. Like bags and shoes. Okay, because like people make them out of crocodile and like leather and all sorts. I mean pants.
Could be the
got some
new Yeezy
nice-
collection. That
Nice fitted human leather pants.
Do you think are they durable? Do you think?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Think about how durable your skin is. Have another layer on that on top.
Yeah.
Be invincible, mate.
How do you make human leather? That's like fucking fucked up. That.
Would
Yeah.
hair be on it? Would you have to shave it?
Oh yeah, they'll be.
Yeah.
Ooh.
No, well that's all the leather making. They burn, scold all the
Yeah.
hair off, don't they?
Is it like a
and
process?
Dry it out, stretch it.
Do you like scrape it, don't you? and
Yeah,
stuff?
scrape it down.
Oh god, that's awful.
Yeah.
So well, that's what he gave him to like
And you can have suede as well. Like
suede. Yeah,
I think
suede.
the other side is suede, innit?
Yeah.
And you have leather.
Mm.
And I don't know which side is which, but one side's like the leather that you see like a belt, and the
Yeah.
other side's suede.
Mm.
I think.
Suede Romani pants.
Yeah. Lovely.
Well, he gave them to his friends and his family.
Oh,
Gifts.
Yeah.
thanks for that.
Lovely.
Yeah,
Imagine
what do
trying to not be ungrateful.
I bet there's some of them, you know.
Oh, what's this?
I bet they still exist then, don't they?
Just
A
like
good human leather jacket.
yeah.
Can you imagine if you're a kid going around your granddad's like room one day, and he's like under his bed, you've got a little box, and you open it, and it's just a skin that has pants.
It's got nipples on it.
What is this, Granddad? He's like, put that away. Put that away, son.
You don't need that.
Get out of my box.
Get out.
Well, yeah. So I think that kind of explains a bit about him. He's doing it.
Oh,
He's
goodness.
making toys and stuff out of them.
He's a bit more than a doctor,
Footballs.
Man's having a laugh, isn't he? Well, this comes back to, do you know when we was talking about the human experimentation last week? Well, it wasn't last week, but a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
And it was all like, well, do you know what? You're in a time, right, where this isn't going to happen again. Let's have a laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you just go,
Yeah,
right,
you're making use.
Yeah.
You're making use of like the chaos.
Come on.
situation.
Yeah. We're never gonna ever get away with this.
Yeah.
Ever again. Let's
Life's
see
boring. Let's just make stuff out of skin.
Yeah. Let's see how durable this human leather is.
No, I in a way I can kind of see what you're saying there. Like, obviously the ethical and morality side to it, but you know, like there is a point of making use of your situation.
Yeah, and he's in. And you gotta think. He's in like it's absolute chaos.
Yeah,
He's like a full world war.
yeah. You're not going to be thinking straight anyway, aren't you?
No, 100%.
No.
Well, that's what all like. Were we saying? Was it us last time we were saying about Nazis and that where they just didn't realise that you don't sleep. You're not sleeping. You don't see your family. It's not like you go home from work, you clock out of being a Nazi and go home and eat tea with your family.
Yeah, it's a full time.
You're at war. Yeah, it's not. So I mean, I'm not trying to defend Dr. Rasher here, but
Are we not?
I don't think. No, we're borderlining.
no, I'm just being devil's advocate.
Yeah.
The Devil's Advocate podcast. That's what we are.
Yeah,
aren't
that's
we?
what we are.
Yeah, well, someone has to. Otherwise, we'd just be disagreeing with everything.
We are evil. We found this out a while ago.
Yeah, I know the morality one didn't help, did it?
Yeah, we won't release that one.
Yeah, we have to listen back through that.
Anyway, this next experiment, I don't think it was Dr. Rasher.
Did he do anything with the organs?
I'm not too sure. I don't think so.
Not have a look at like the brains and stuff. No.
No, I didn't come
See
across
what it
anything
was
like that. Well, this one is similar to that. I don't know who did this. I don't know where it was. I just came across it, and it's ridiculous. But it's the head injury experiment, and it was reported by a prisoner who survived. He said one day he was like milling around the camp doing some job or something.
Yeah.
And he got close to one of the research labs, and there was nobody around. So he looked into the window.
Oh, what's going on here?
Yeah, what's going on?
Yeah.
He's obviously heard rumours, heard madness.
Yeah.
Have a quick glance, see what's going on. So as he looked in, there was a young boy strapped into a chair, and there was like this mechanism above his head with a hammer, and it was swinging down
Oh no!
onto his head,
No, I don't want
striking the boy's head every few seconds.
Oh, I don't want to do this. No.
But it wasn't hard enough to like cut the skin.
It was just like a constant.
I don't know what was, and he said the kid in the chair looked like he was driven fully mad, like he was gone, just absolutely
Is this
gone.
a young
into-
boy as
yeah,
well?
a young
I
child.
bet he was just sat there numb, just taking these
Yeah,
hammer blows.
must have had a headache, mustn't
Oh, a bit, yeah.
he? Like it must have been hard enough to do damage, but not like
You know what that'll be like? It's like heading footballs, in it, and that whole thing at the minute where it's like,
constant. Harry Maguire.
yeah.
Oh, I don't know. It's
That's
a
all he
bit
does.
different than that, isn't it?
No, but I mean, like, and you know they say like kids aren't allowed to head footballs and
Yeah,
training
yeah.
and that, or they're allowed to head it twice,
Yeah.
concussions
twice a
and
week
stuff.
or something. Yeah, and looking
no,
at
I
that.
get what you're saying.
Football's light, isn't it?
Mm.
You know, it can sit.
Not the old ones.
No, yeah,
Yeah.
big Casey ball.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah. Well, you're taking a nice hammer.
Hammer.
Well, to the top of his head or like his forehead?
I'm not
Do we
sure.
know?
I think it was just somewhere on his head. It was striking down,
Yeah.
and like this prisoner was like, "Whoa, fuck this!"
Yeah.
Fuck that.
So it wasn't enough to penetrate the skin.
no,
So it.
so it was hard enough to like send the kid mad,
Yeah.
like make him discomfort, but it wasn't hard enough to like cut open the skin.
This is this is one that I because all the other ones I don't like. I'm a bit squeamish at. This one is awful.
Yeah. Yeah.
This
What's
one is disgusting.
so? What are they looking at there? The effects of concussion.
Yeah.
Light,
but
light,
I don't know
consistent
why though.
concussion.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Hmm. Yeah, because
Oh, that's
what
brutal.
situation you're going to be just like constantly getting pinged in the head
Yeah.
every few seconds? Imagine how long has that kid been in that for as well?
Yes.
Imagine if he's been like a week
Yeah.
just there.
No sleep.
That is like dark arts at play there.
Sorry if you're listening to this on like a Sunday morning.
Yeah. Trying to enjoy your weekend.
Waiting for your Sunday roast.
Yeah. But no, that's the one you can't really find any good in, really, can you?
It's a bit, yeah. It's a bit of an odd one.
I don't know why I'm acting like we found too much good in the other ones, like, but
Thanks, Steve.
yeah.
Well, so that was the head injury
Can I
experiment.
ask about this as well? So, what did that guy do? Pink Panther wandering around, thinking,
I think,
He looked in and
What's going
went, fuck that, and got off.
yeah, just bailed.
Yeah.
You'd be foot, wouldn't you? What would you do?
"If you got save the kid?"
We'll go in there.
Break him off. But this kid
Imagine
rambling, shaking. His eyes are rolling into the back of his head.
Big headache.
Yeah.
Migraine kid.
Bruises all around his whole fucking skull
Oh
bruised.
my god!
I don't know. What would you do, Charles?
Save him?
Save him.
Yeah.
Risk getting
You
killed
go in.
yourself.
Fuck it! I want to be a hero.
They don't give a shit though, do they? It's not like if you saw him, they'd freeze and go, hey, wait there. They just shoot you, you're dead.
Where is
Oh.
everyone as well? Like, okay, he's wandering about.
Yeah.
What is he doing? Sweeping up and shit?
I'm not sure. I think he was like doing some type of job.
What job?
On the
I
camp.
wonder what jobs he did on those camps. Like
Yeah, probably something like that. Like
Yeah.
repairing,
just
sweeping up,
breaking
Yeah.
cutting the grass.
rocks and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awful.
Well, that's that one. Another one. So this one at Ravensbrück concentration camp. It was an all women's concentration camp.
Oh, this is interesting.
Ravensbrück.
It's like sounds pretty British.
Yeah. Doesn't sound like doesn't have like one of those mad
Nice German
German
name, no?
Yeah.
Sounds like a Harry Potter clan.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Ravenbrook.
Yeah.
So this was by Dr. Fritz Ernst Fischer, and
Classic.
that's a good, solid doctor, Germany, Nazi name.
Yeah.
And so this guy at Ravensbrück, he basically was removing the bones, nerves, and muscles of women, doing like he's like seeing how transplants worked and how like bones regenerated and like healed and like muscles and nerves healed.
Totally fine.
And he did it all on these women prisoners. And the women of this concentration camp were known as the rabbits of Ravensbrück.
Yeah. How could
Ravensbrück, because they were basically there just for him to just do all those
That's an
experiments.
awful cult name, isn't
I don't
it?
understand.
The rabbits of
Yeah.
Ravensbrück.
I don't understand what he's doing. So what?
So I think he's like removing bones.
He's delicately removing like.
Oh no, I don't think he's I think they're just grabbing him, putting him on the operating table. And maybe there was one girl called, I don't know how to pronounce her name. Kaminska is her second name. She was a survivor, and she had numerous transplants on her leg.
Yeah.
So she had like her story was that she was like getting sent into this like lab and getting like a bone out of a femur, or but different bones.
They take her whole femur out.
Take it out and put another person's one in,
Oh.
and see how it like healed and how
the body accepts.
And then over time she'd get sent back in and have another bone removed.
Oh, or a muscle,
Or
or
a-
a bicep.
That's what they were doing there.
That's so interesting.
And he's just doing it all the time on these women.
So interesting. You're
No,
sat there
right?
pondering.
No, 'cause that's like, I've never heard of anything like that.
Yeah,
He's to just
putting
like
bones.
substitute a bone.
Yeah.
It's mental, innit? Like a good fresh bone. Like that bone's healthy. Yeah, I'll have that one. And we put another healthy bone in.
Well, I can kind of see like on the battlefield.
On the battle.
On the battlefield, if you've like your leg's blown off or you've got an injured
Or you
bone,
broke your leg or something.
can they cut it off? They bring another bag with a bone in or
the
something.
medic's got a bag of femurs over
Yeah, just put it in. You'll be good in a few weeks.
there. Yeah.
I like how none of these ended up on the battlefield and being useful.
Yeah.
These days.
But yeah, so that was that one. Like, and they did nerves as well. So they were cutting nerves.
Oh, that's
imagine how
awful. See,
painful that must have been.
that's awful.
And you having that done like loads, it's not
Well,
just
why,
once.
Why though?
Yeah.
Why the nerves?
And what was the
That's
results of that? Do you know?
I don't
Are they
know
like
the
taking
results, no.
nerves out and then seeing like, oh, you feel no pain.
Yeah, I think a lot of it was looking at like the healing process as well.
Imagine that. He's trying to build a super soldier there.
Yeah, definitely doing some like proper deep.
Say, I'm going to remove every nerve out of the human body.
Yeah,
I can't imagine it working though.
Give him two
Absolutely
femurs.
not. Because if it did work, then I think we'd know a little bit more about it.
yeah.
You know.
Yeah, it's
And the results of it.
Yeah.
But seeing as
yeah,
it's
we'd
like,
know something, wouldn't we?
Yeah. But that's not a thing. That's literally not a thing. You can't just I've burnt my ankle, put some other person's ankle in
Here's
it.
another foot.
Sew it on.
But to be fair, where are you going to get another ankle from?
Yeah. Well, Ravensbrück.
Yeah,
Ravensbrück.
They were I think they were just swapping, just taking people, swapping bones like back and forth, different people.
That is so crazy.
Yeah, or one of the ones that was pretty mad. What I seen was they did the whole arm as well as the shoulder blade removal and put a new one on. So it's not just the arm like up to your shoulder. It's your whole like
shoulder.
like your shoulder blade
Into
going
your
into your
back.
back and all that. So I was like,
They took like the whole arm, like not just the bones.
yeah, the whole arm. Took it off, put a new one on.
Imagine how painful
Stitch
that
it
would
up.
How
be.
mad is that?
Because you've got to connect everything there, haven't you?
Yeah, put everything together.
Iron Man.
How do you even do that? It's like Kick-Ass, isn't it? Where he has no thing else, does he?
Yeah, no pain.
Yeah.
Just gets beaten up all the time.
Yeah.
Well, at this camp, they found, it's not really related to these experiments, but they found in the notes at this camp, there was 27,759 victims of like experiments altogether.
All women.
Within, I don't know if it was from this camp,
Okay.
maybe other camp, but it's just some notes they found.
Yeah.
So that's like you were saying, gauge that, how many people, same to what you
Add
said.
on
isn't
to
it?
Dakar as well.
Yeah.
That's just two.
Yeah. Do you know, like we always say about the things we talk about, like you want to go and visit it? I like want to go find out more about some of the, like that one especially. Like
You want to go Ravensbrück?
Ravensbrück.
No, that's like that's ridiculous. Like,
Yeah.
I've never heard of anything like that. Like to take a whole arm plus a shoulder blade.
Well, a lot of these that I saw were eyewitnesses.
Yeah.
Because there wasn't that many notes. Maybe they were destroyed or there wasn't many taken. I don't know. But
well,
eyewitnesses.
that this girl, I can't pronounce her first name, that Kaminska, she was one of the ones who like stood trial and
Yeah.
gave evidence and stuff, and gave a lot of evidence for that concentration camp, all the stuff that was going on there.
She's coming in with a different person's leg, a different person's arm.
Different arm, different head.
Covered in stitch scars.
So there's that one. That's
looking like a mummy.
Yeah.
Dr. Fritz Ernst Fischer.
Good guy.
Great name.
So now we go to Mengele.
Here he is.
Yeah. This guy's the angel of death, as they call him, isn't it?
Yeah.
Fantastic Slayer song as well, that.
Is it?
It's one of the best Slayer songs.
Yeah.
Obviously about Joseph Mengele. But yeah, he's the angel of death.
Not great.
But yeah, so Joseph Mengele. So originally he was an artist.
Gonna give us a bit of his past, yeah?
Yeah, he was an artist. Like good old daddy.
Yeah, yeah.
Born in 1911.
1911.
Ooh.
That's a long time ago, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
So how old is he?
110.
110. Well, we'll go to his after the war. We'll mention about that as well.
That's what I spoke to Dom about.
Yeah.
That's what I heard. It's so interesting. This could be a separate podcast, Joseph Mengele.
Oh, it could do a full one.
But this guy's good.
So he was like big into the genetics and the eugenics side.
Yeah.
So these other doctors, I think, were just doing like experiments and like getting the orders, doing this, dabbling with all sorts. Whereas Mengele was like proper research in genetics, race.
Yeah.
You know, like the what is it called? Not just like not the theory, but like more than that. You know, going back deep into it all.
So what I thought from what I saw, he was a doctor beforehand as well.
Yeah.
Or he studied in that area.
Yeah.
And then he actually went to war, didn't he?
I think so. Yeah.
And then he had a serious injury, from what I heard, and that he was transferred because he had a serious injury, and then he went. He was like, right, well, you can go into your camps and do your research and stuff like that. So that's what I saw my research.
So he was in the war, so he's experienced some stuff, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Beforehand, he's not just going in straight to doing experiments.
Yeah.
He's seeing people getting blown up and shit like that.
Like Hitler too.
Yeah, Hitler was war veteran, wasn't he?
Yeah, yeah.
And he was an artist.
Yeah, he was an artist.
Yeah.
What is it with artists?
Yeah, a bit in common there.
Yeah,
it's the creative mind, isn't it? That's what it is.
You have an outlet. Yeah, so another one I seen was he had a quote that he said all the time was at Auschwitz. He says, "Here the Jews enter through the doors and exit through the chimney." Oh. And he was like known to have just said that, you know, like quite a lot to people.
Yeah.
That's like a mad quote to be having.
Is, yeah. That is like you're not trying to hide anything there, are you?
No.
Well, he was a picker. So when they would get off the train, he was the picker. He was like, "You're fit enough. You're not fit enough. You're fit enough." That takes some bollocks.
Yeah.
And
you got to be cold to do that, haven't you?
Got to be absolutely brutal to pick who's fit enough and what not to. Like, especially after, because I don't know if we did it on the podcast where I told you the story of the family who the letter. I think it was off the podcast.
Yeah.
But maybe I'll tell you about it so you know now.
Yeah.
Is where one of the Jews, the mum, she wrote a letter that when she got off the train, she was with her family and she was with her son, her daughter and the father. From what I can remember, they got split up because her son had a disability or something.
Yeah.
And so they got off. They were all to the good side, and and the son was off to the bad side. The mother chose to go over to the good side and die with her son, and wrote a letter back and was like, "I'll see you in the next life." All this, it was very heavy.
What the fuck?
It was on this. I don't know what I was watching it on, but I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna stop right there."
Yeah.
Finito. But yeah, so he was that person that was like going, "Listen, mate, you're the kid from the family.
Yeah.
You go over there.
Go over there.
How brutal is that?"
That's fucked up, that, isn't it?
See, she knew she was going to die. She just decided to
go with her son.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the mother and I think the daughter. The
daughter and the
father and the daughter.
Yeah. Did they survive or did they die?
I have no idea after the fact, but I think
they were given the chance.
And he was the picker.
That's the picker.
That's rough, that, isn't it?
That's a mad job, that. Think of all the jobs you could have in history.
Because that's evil. Like, I know we talk about a lot of soldiers and that we were going to send the doctors and that, like, the answer to orders and they don't, I don't know, they kind of, it's all a blur.
Yeah.
But that's evil. Like him and like
it's
Himmler
solely down
and
to
Hitler,
you.
they're the ones who are like, I'm evil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this evil guy,
Yeah.
he was at Auschwitz, and I think most people know he was the one who did the twins, all the experiments on the twins and the kids, wasn't he?
Yeah, he's the one that he did a lot of experiments, and I think it was actually 732 pairs of twins.
Yeah. Give me a bit. Yeah. Give me about these twins.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to hear some of this.
So all these twins, there was a lot of stuff going on, wasn't there? One of them was like he dyed their eyes.
Oh yeah, this is awful.
Did experiments like, so they were looking at like blonde blue eyes. I'm like getting the blue eyes. Can you change people's eye color?
Fucking
And like make them but change the genetics.
Yeah.
I think that was like the reason for it. I mean, like, so if you change their eye color, does that like make them Aryan?
Yeah.
You know, like doing tests like that.
Yeah, I think there was an account where he put 2 twin girls into a box, and he was just injecting it into their eyes, and it was actually no, he was injecting it into their back,
Yeah.
and it just didn't work clearly.
Yeah.
Into the back.
Just stabbing into the box.
He did, yeah, hair dye into the eyes. Loads of instances like that. 732 pairs of twins.
Yeah.
And it was all because he was so involved in the master race. Even later on in his life, his son did say something along the lines of, "You're still a bit racist, father."
Yeah.
In that
Pulling him up.
He was really involved in that blue eyes, blonde hair, a master race.
Yeah.
So he wanted maybe to change the genetics of those type of people to get him in that master race.
Why was it twins?
I think he was fascinated with twins to look at like, I think it was just the genetics of them, like what caused twins. And I think as well what he thought was you've got 2 of the same people to like, you know, experiment on and
yeah. So if you make a mistake,
you can just use the other one.
Yeah.
And you remove like the organs, and like you could just like, you know, like compare the organs of each one.
Yeah.
You got something to go off.
I wish I put more notes down, because there's some instances, like obviously the biggest one is the Siamese twins, right?
Yeah.
Where what he would do is he would just try and make you a Siamese twin when you're not, and sew parts of your body together. There was multiple instances of that. One that I looked at was that one kid was a hunchback and another kid was like just a normal kid, and they came back one day and their backs were sewn together and their back of their wrists were sewn together.
Yeah, I seen that one. Yeah,
and they died of gangrene.
Yeah,
was that?
Yeah, I seen that one. Yeah,
so they went back to back.
Yeah, imagine that.
Oh my god,
awful, isn't it?
Carried round by your hunchback brother.
Yeah, the girls were side to side. The other ones that I looked at
were from the back,
side to side. But
a lot of them ones as well. I think that the back to back one, in the back, they'd merge all their organs together. Do stuff with that.
Fucking.
It wasn't just like the skin, you know, just like putting the skin together or something. It was like actual the inside merging together. That's fucking some heavy work going on there.
That's
isn't
some
it?
serious like operation. That
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah. Can you imagine one day you're just mates with these 2 lads from the camp? They bugger off for a bit. You're like, wonder where they are. They come back.
And
Oh no!
merge together.
Something like looking off Cronenberg movies or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's like you said. It's a big operation, that, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
I think. Well, another one they did was they made boys into girls and girls into boys. Vice
I didn't
versa.
know about this one. Heavy.
So they changed the genitals
Holy shit! I
of
didn't know.
to the other twin. You'll swap them around and see like, how does that work, and does
How
it
the fuck
change
does
their
that
sex
work,
and
though?
stuff like that?
Because it don't. You can't do that though. Like it. Your
But you
body
can do
just
that
won't
now.
accept it. Will.
You can do that now, right?
Oh yeah.
Of your twin, swap genitals.
Actually, well,
You can change your genitals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
people get given them, don't they? But I feel like that's a bit more. I feel like Mengele was just like stitching it onto the fucking. Stitching it onto them.
You can use your imagination for that.
Yeah.
I don't want to. Personally.
That's the thing, like the ones now about like people who are transgender and stuff. I feel like that's a lot more delicate, and they take the organs now and turn them, don't they, into as much as they can.
Yeah,
I feel like that's what
There's a
I've
process.
heard.
I don't think there was a process.
I don't think they take like they won't draw dicks take one and go, hey, do you want to take your pick? Which one do you want?
Well, there might have been a Droidex, because one of the incidences that I heard of an eyewitness is that they walked in one day and they would just saw like 15 different eyeballs on the table of different colours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he definitely did that, didn't he? Try and swap eyeballs and stuff.
Yeah. So imagine there probably was a Droidex.
Yeah, it probably was.
I was thinking that, like, when you were talking about the Siamese twins stuff, and I'm like trying to think, like, oh, he probably had like loads of sheets of skin as well.
Oh,
just in a file.
Excess.
In a file. Yeah.
Excess skin, just so we can just like, oh, we need to patch up here.
Put that on there. So I think there was a lot of dodgy stuff going on there. I think he's doing everything. He's probably doing stuff like, like you can just imagine half the stuff he's doing.
All driven by the Aryan race.
Yeah. And
so he's like
genetics,
scalping people.
Have a look at all that stuff.
Well, yeah, I think Merdley is one of those that, as I said, we could do a whole different podcast on him. I mean, this is a little bit of research that I did, and of course you did a little bit more.
Yeah.
And we've already got into like deep things. So imagine if we did like so much research, we could get into like how heavy it might have been,
his whole life,
accounts and stuff like that. But like, what really stood out to me was that he was actually apparently well liked in the camp. I've got
that written down. Yeah.
Like he was smiling, having chats with the camp members.
Yeah.
He was always known to like smile, talk about people's day.
Yeah.
And he actually, I don't know if you saw this one, but he would even create a kindergarten.
Yeah.
Did you see this?
Yeah.
Well, this
like
is
a
heavy.
fucking creche.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally.
The kids would call him Uncle Meng.
Uncle Pep. I think it was Uncle Pep.
I thought it was Uncle Mengele.
Uncle Mengele.
Yeah. So,
what the fuck?
Well, going off that one, he said the way he got, like, because he wants it to be like dead legit and official. I think he kind of knew it was bad. You know what was going on?
He was trying to like cover it up. By
I think he was aware of like how, like, I suppose like if you go too far, then people aren't going to take it seriously. Or going to question it. He wanted it to be official and so like the way you got like the kids and stuff, he'd pick them and he'd make them go through like the process of like the height, the weight, everything, and then he'd bathe them and put them in pajamas and put them in this like nursery, and made them feel like at home, dead calm, friends with everybody. He'd give them
sweets,
and they'd call him Uncle Mengele.
That's a trust thing, isn't it? Yeah, definitely.
That's purely evil, by the way, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because you're just being manipulative at that point. You're not. A lot of these Nazi generals would just be like, "I am evil."
Yeah.
But he's being like. Apparently, he was really nice smile, bit of gap in his teeth.
Yeah.
Quite handsome.
I'm gonna get a picture up. I can't remember.
He actually, he looks like a Nazi, but he's quite a handsome guy from what I saw. Like from what people were saying about him as well.
Was he blonde, blue eyes? Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Not sure.
No. I don't think he was.
Okay.
No.
Joseph, maybe you should have got yourself some blonde hair.
See, he's a nice looking guy.
Yeah, I'd shag him.
Well, he's a bit.
So he's doing all sorts of mad stuff. He killed up to 14 twins in one night. So I don't even know what's going on
good
there.
Good night that was.
Yeah, a solid night of killing. They had one of them. He did like high voltage experiments. Like so, we'd put a voltage through the twins and like amp it up and see the levels and see what they could handle. Like kids, it's all kids. What he's doing it on, like what they could handle the electric shock of and all.
We always have to do kids on this podcast, don't we? At some point, and they made them do sexual acts for fun.
Yep. Well, I was just getting to that then. What I've got here is they impregnated one twin with the sperm of the other twin. And he even waited long enough for it to give birth.
Good 9 months there.
Yeah, good 9 months there, and see the effects. And there's loads of cases where he was like, so it's like the twin impregnating the other twin. And he's thinking, or hoping, that she'd give birth to two twins. And obviously the chances are like, I don't know. But they're not going to be, you're not going to come across that, aren't you? And he said like, they'd should have the baby, and he'd get that pissed off, he'd just throw the baby in the bin.
Oh, okay. See, that's one thing I didn't know.
How fucking mad's that? You waited 9 months doing this torture, and then
so he's thinking firstly I've got someone who's a twin, and then another person who's a twin.
They're old enough to breed.
Yeah, were they? Yeah.
I think so, yeah. I think
I thought
18?
Well,
ish.
I don't know, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think they were like...
they weren't kids.
Yeah, they were old enough to like give birth and...
Yeah. Like that it wasn't going to kill the little girl. No.
Yeah.
Doesn't make it any better, though.
Yeah.
No,
That's all.
Still alley-oop the baby into the bin.
That's a 3-pointer.
But yeah, just throw them in the bin. Be like, fuck that.
Okay, that's...
Go and impregnate another one.
I think that's one of the worst things we talked about.
Yeah, that's
that
pretty
point.
heavy.
Yeah.
Throughout all the podcasts,
All
don't you
this
think?
is fucked up, yeah. Yeah,
Because that hammer one got me, because that's just sick.
Yeah.
But this is absolutely brutal.
it's insanity, isn't it? This is pure, like, it's further than evil. It's crazed evil.
Yeah. Right to the end. Right to the limit
Yeah.
of what you can, like, fucking dabble into.
Yeah.
Never, not even dabble into, just, like, go full head first into.
Just don't kill babies, bro.
Yeah. And you use that baby. Experiment on the baby.
Yeah.
Well, this is,
We're evil, man. I swear we are.
yeah, all this stuff's making it turn
It
on our
does
head.
bring something out in us, like, doesn't it?
Well, this I was
You
laughing.
should have started with Mengele, because I
Do you
feel
think-
like the further we go into a podcast, the more forgiving we get.
Yeah, maybe that.
yeah, we would have wrote him off.
Yeah.
Well, this was funny what I thought about this. So Mengele, what he'd wear was she's part of the SS, like the SS division or whatever. So we know how they dressed was like nice and smart, and quite powerful look.
Hugo Boss.
Yeah, exactly. It was a strong look.
Yeah.
He had a white version of that, so
I
they
saw
were all
that,
black. He was all white. He'd have white gloves, big black boots on,
Dripped out.
and I think he looked the part. You know, like
Yeah.
So this is funny. He adopted a child,
Yeah.
a small, I think it was like just older than a toddler. The child could walk,
Yeah.
and he kitted the kid out in what he wore.
Exactly the same.
Full, like, white, dripped out gloves and everything. And the kid would walk next to
him.
him right when he
Like
was
a mini-me.
Yeah, while he was doing his, like,
No
stuff in
way.
the camp.
This is a real life Dr. Evil.
It is.
How bizarre is that? Like, the whole thing's fucked up, but imagine seeing that. That's, like, just tops it off, doesn't it?
That is peak humanity.
Mini Mengele.
Like mini manga, like the fucking proper SS white SS suit on him.
I can't believe we've termed Mini Mengele.
And then there was a point, I don't know how long, but he had him for a while and then got tired of him and then just killed him.
What? There's no way. This guy is playing The Sims, bro.
Auschwitz version, Auschwitz edition.
Oh.
What do you mean he got tired of him?
I don't even know.
Kid didn't want to wear
This
the
is-
SS outfit
Yeah,
anymore.
just didn't want him around anymore. Just
Bro,
killed him.
he was bare in bed one night, wasn't he? And he was like, oh, how funny would it be if I had a mini-me?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's literally that, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's no other reason why that's happening.
Or someone else is telling him, I bet, dare you get to adopt a kid, mate.
Yeah.
I'll fucking do it.
Yeah, I'll do it.
You think I won't do it? Fucking hell.
It's the picture of him marching and the kid behind him marching.
Yeah.
Is there pictures of that little kid? No.
I'm not
Or is
sure.
that
Maybe I didn't Google it when I was looking. They didn't show any pictures.
Send it to us on our Instagram at the Brethren of Chaos.
Yeah, let us know.
Yeah,
if
let's
let us know if you see it.
if you see any pictures. But yeah. So that's Mengele was
Holy shit.
dark as fuck,
Holy.
doing all those experiments, all
is
mad
the-
experiments.
That is the funniest but most brutal
Yeah,
thing that I think I've ever heard.
it's crazy, isn't it?
To kid this little kid out, like, yeah, like, you are me, okay? We're gonna do this together.
Yeah, you're gonna follow
Thinks
me
he's
around.
made it.
Yeah. And this kid's like, okay, yeah. And
Yeah.
seeing all his mates who are getting fucking cut open and that sewn together. And then one day,
He's got these fancy suit gloves on.
yeah.
You're boring me now, bang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wakes up to it in the morning. Another day, mini Mengele.
Gets ready to put on his white suit.
Full Luger right to his fucking forehead.
You got too old, son.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got too old.
Yeah.
Too big for your boots,
Yeah.
literally.
Dude, you've grown out of your SS outfit and I'm not making you
I'm not making you a new one. Hugo Boss only made 2 of these.
Yeah.
So that's
You've dirtied it. You've
Yeah.
dirtied it. You got mud on your outfit.
Yeah.
it's got blood on it.
He must have just got sick of it though. He must have got bored because otherwise you'd have told us that he did it. He just got another new one.
Yeah, I got another one.
Hmm.
Well, that's Mengele, and as I think you know, after the war, He fled to Argentina, didn't he?
Yeah.
And lived in
I
Argentina.
thought he did Brazil as well.
Or well, South America, yeah. I think
That's what there's a big, like...
Yeah, it's a big conspiracy, isn't there?
Well, there's a big community of German people, isn't there, in South America? And they've got, in Argentina especially, they've got all the little Nazi villages.
Yeah, there's
called, like, all little Bavarian.
Yeah. Some of them as well are in the middle of nowhere. You could be, like, milling around, all South American vibes and everything, and then just stumble across a German-speaking village. Now,
that is
how
mad's
that?
That's on the bucket list.
Yeah, honestly, I'd love to go. And they're like all the houses are like Bavarian houses. Everyone dresses like in like the.
That's fucking crazy.
And they know that their relatives were part of the Nazi party and escaped. And
do they still believe? Do you think they must do? Surely
secluded in the little villages, their own thoughts.
They're just masterminding.
Still have boxes of skin.
Or wearing human pants.
Yeah.
No, that's mental, that though, isn't it? I remember I've looked into that quite a bit. Like, the little villages have got German names and that.
Yeah.
Cool.
Didn't he die in a pool?
They never found him, did they? They never caught him. They knew of this famed Mengele, this evil doctor, doing all these awful experiments, but they never found him.
I thought he died in 1971 in a pool.
He did, and he drowned.
He drowned?
Yeah.
Is that what they say? Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
I know one thing I know, the only thing I got from him after the war was he failed his driving test.
Oh, really upset.
I feel like of all the stuff, you've been like doing all that, but you can't do your driving even back then, I presume it must have been easy, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Come on, lad.
And do you know what? I think like he was probably driving when he was... I don't think they were pulling people over, checking the licences when the war was going on.
Yeah.
So all he had to do was take what he was probably driving loads, poor fella.
Well, what I heard was that he just lived a horrible life after it.
Yeah,
that his son would go to visit him. Didn't even like his dad. Maybe there's a reason.
For obvious.
An understandable reason.
That he just lived a very depressed, horrible life, had suicidal thoughts, was still very racially motivated, obviously, until the day he died, and just lived that life.
Do you know what? He obviously had this burning evil inside him, but we know we felt bad for it, for how he treated the kids.
Because he did like...
Yeah, and how he was around the camps and that. We know he must have felt some like remorse, a little bit of like...
Do you think so? I think there was none.
Or do you think it was the other way?
I think it was like... I think...
He felt like
part
of his evil.
He felt like he had to just do it to make people think he was as bad as what he was.
Pretending he wasn't doing any of it.
Yeah, 100%. Because like after it, he got depressed and he was poor for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
He got depressed because he couldn't do it anymore.
He had no twins around.
He couldn't kill toddlers anymore, bro.
Yeah.
I swear, this guy is the most evil man ever to be produced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Over like... So you got the other people like Himmler, who he was answering to, and then Himmler was answering to Hitler.
Yeah. Do you think...
See, Himmler was kind of
he didn't really do much, did he, Himmler? He was kind of signing off all these things.
Yeah, I don't think... Himmler, like... Didn't see... Like, Himmler wasn't as hands-on, wasn't he?
He's just bare chilling.
You got, like, Rommel, who was, like, the Panzer guy.
Yeah.
He's, like, the most hands-on you can get. He was the front man of the tank invading France. And then South Africa, he was at the front. Goring, he was, like, flying the planes, wasn't he, and stuff. But you got... Himmler was just, like...
Strange.
And even, like, Goebbels, they were just, like, in the back rooms, weren't they? Just doing all the government shit.
I have no idea. I mean, it's not my forte, this, unfortunately.
No. I recognise the names and stuff, and obviously I've spoken about stuff before, but, like, Himmler's, like... Yeah, like you say, everyone else seemed very, like, knee-deep in it, didn't they? And Himmler was kind of just, like, an office guy.
Best was he's the one who made all the requirements, for the Aryan race.
Did he?
And he didn't fit any of them. You have to have 20/20 vision.
Yeah.
He didn't have that.
No.
He had to be over, 6 foot? He wasn't that. He had black hair,
Same with
brown
Hitler,
eyes.
wasn't he?
Yeah.
He was like, bro, you are nothing like what you...
Didn't fit anything.
Well, none of them seem to be.
Yeah.
That's the thing, all these generals and that.
Hypocrites, man.
What the fuck's going on?
Yeah, it's fucking mad, the Nazi party.
Yeah.
Like, literally mad.
Yeah.
It is mad.
And it's ridiculous that there's still kind of people following the ways.
Yeah, like...
As we sit here now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what the weird thing is.
I hate anyone without blue eyes and blonde hair. You guys.
Yeah. It's mental, isn't it? Like, it's still... There are neo-Nazis.
Yeah. I think, like, do you think they, though...
I'll tell you something after the podcast. Oh, you've just reminded me because it happened today. I'll tell you.
Okay. Well, what I was going to say was, do you think they believe in it though, or do you think they're just latching onto something? Do you think they just latching onto a community that they can get in? They know it's edgy.
They're not goths.
Or do you think they really believe in that, like what Hitler was preaching about?
I reckon they're outcasts.
Yeah.
Yeah, who look at like, what have I got? Oh, I'm white.
Because it's like the cult thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's not a phase, Mom.
Because it's massive in like prisons and that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, get together with your white brothers.
Yeah, you've got like you've got people to look after, haven't you?
Mm-hmm.
In that situation.
Well, Hitler was an outcast, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Couldn't get into art school, right?
Yeah.
So he was like, "Oh, I hate the world."
Yeah, little goth.
Yeah, he's a little goth. Gothic fuck. I hate him.
Yeah, they were literally goths, though, weren't they?
Yeah.
Think of what they wore, that SS suit.
It was not a phase for them.
No.
Not a phase at all.
No,
Jesus Christ.
Mental, isn't it? You know what? When we start talking about Nazi experiments, I was thinking back to Indiana Jones and they're putting people in the microwaves and stuff.
Well, there's another thing actually what I could cover, but there's not that much on it, and I don't even know how to pronounce it. But there was, and it's what you said from the Indiana Jones. Yeah. There was a subdivision somewhere through like the fucking divisions of the Nazi Party.
Yeah,
and it's called the Anerb, I can't pronounce it.
Yeah,
and it was by a guy called Wolfram Savers. And you want to Google a picture of him? He looks like, I think I've showed you a picture of him ages ago. He is like, I'm not.
What's his name?
Wolfram Sievers or Sievers.
That's gonna be.
Yeah.
And there's a picture of him, and he's like, he looks like he's seen stuff. He looks like a guy.
He looks like he's seen stuff.
He looks like a guy. Look at that.
Oh my!
You'd want to be. You'd want to be sat next to him.
Yeah, for the listeners
at the bar.
He's twisted his mustache up.
He's got like some like suede jacket thing on.
He's got
His eyes look like he's seen some Dutch stuff. Well, he was the leader of this like think tank it was related to like Himmler and Rudolf Hess. Basically, it was like the paranormal division, and they do all experiments. Like they'd travel around the world, even before the war when it was happening.
Way.
They'd like go to like haunted castles, hunting vampires, werewolves, and it's literally the Indiana Jones. You know that group of the Nazis who were doing like, what are they finding? That fucking
skulls and stuff.
Yeah,
crystal skull.
Is it what's that box? And they were doing like the Lost Crusade, the chalice that Jesus drank.
Oh yeah,
you know all that stuff.
Yeah.
That what he was the head of. That they literally did all that.
What?
Imagine being part of that. Like they weren't really part of like the Nazi Party war or anything. They were on their own, like fucking milling around the world, like secretly.
That's so cool.
Hunting vampires and like
so cool.
Just like they were going around the world looking at like like folk tales and stuff.
Yeah.
And just investigating them and seeing like if they're true, looking for like trolls and stuff like that. And he was the head of it.
No way.
Yeah.
It's funny because that's like an ITV4 show now.
I'd fucking watch that.
It's mental.
But yeah, that's that. I don't know how to pronounce it, so I can't tell you what it's called.
Bro, I'm sorry, but I'm sick of my life. I'm absolutely sick of it.
You want to be a Nazi?
This man, well,
you want to travel the world.
I want to be with Wolfram, mate.
Yeah,
going hunting vampires
in the Horrendous.
Is that it? Is that how you pronounce it?
Horrendous.
Yeah.
Missing out.
Going to like abandoned castles where there's like historical like stories in Europe. Going exploring, just checking out what's going on.
Funding for that?
I think he just had free reign. Just it's like it was secret as well. A lot of people in the Nazi Party didn't know about it as well. It was like a secret organisation. They called it like a think tank or something.
They hung him.
They hung him.
Yeah, he was hung.
What?
No. Yeah, I don't know why. For obvious war crimes.
Mm. But he was like, they were all into like looking into like black magic, doing ritual, all that shit. That's what they all studied.
That's a new podcast. We
could do an episode on that.
That is so cool. Well, in a way,
it's interesting.
Interesting. Yeah. That's a good.
That's all that stuff about the 12 trials for war crimes.
Yeah.
The United States of America versus Karl Brandt.
First him.
That's it. He was the first one.
It's a movie.
Hung.
Bro. It's a movie.
It's mental, isn't it? It's so great, like that we focus so much on little Addy,
Yeah.
the little weirdo,
Little goth.
yeah, little goth, and don't look at all these mad people who are doing all this crazy other stuff. Like,
Yeah.
who's the Panzer Division guy and
Rommel.
Rommel.
Oh, God, he's fucking...
Yeah,
I've been reading his book recently.
Yeah.
I've been having breaks. I've been reading it, and then it gets dead heavy. And
you're like, oh,
but
God, I
like,
need 2 weeks off.
Like, the book opens up from the very first page of him storming, blitzkrieging into France, and it doesn't stop. He's just doing it, and it lasts however quick it lasts. And then he goes to, like, fucking North Africa,
yeah.
and it's just like, he's right at the front, pulling all this fucking mad... He was the one who tried to assassinate Hitler as well. He's got his own, like, mad story of, like, fucking...
Wow.
But yeah, like you're saying, there's, like, so much stuff going on in that party that's just, like...
The war breeds so many stories, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it does.
definitely.
I think we're due another one.
Yeah.
Another 10.
Full Nazi season.
Jesus Christ.
I know. Anything else? What else do we know?
That's all I've got.
Yeah, same
Yeah.
here.
So we're saying, so
where are you on the fence, Cal? Where are you? Where you sat?
I don't know. It's hard. It's hard. I mean, obviously, Mengele is it's serious evil. I don't agree with any of that. He's having a laugh there. Like he's doing it for his own. He's not figuring anything out.
Yeah, he's doing the devil's work.
Yeah, I understand the premise of the other ones that what's his name? Rasher.
Dr. Rasher.
Rasher.
Who was the
Pinger.
Pinger?
Yeah, Pinger and Rasher. I understand.
Pinger.
I understand what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
But obviously, it's all so inhumane and
Yeah, it's completely wrong.
yeah, and you couldn't get away with it now. So
No way,
I'm gonna forget about it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're gonna move on.
Yeah, I'm not gonna bother worrying about it because
Until the next Nazi episode.
oh yeah,
Not far away.
I know. How long have we been going?
Yeah.
An hour and 20.
Oh,
20.
we
Yeah.
always do it around this part.
It is the
Great
sweet spot.
feeling.
I know. What we thinking next time?
Oh, that's a
I
different
don't know. I feel like we have loads to
Yeah,
if we want to
yeah.
carry on from this.
I think we might as well keep the theme, keep
Yeah.
it running.
Yeah, let's have a proper think.
Yeah,
And we'll,
pick something from like what we've been covering a bit
Yeah,
Hmm.
because there's
Yeah.
loads, isn't there?
yeah.
Goebbels as well. He intrigues me, that bastard.
with his speeches.
Oh
Yeah.
yes.
I want to do MK Ultra at some point.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh shit. Yeah. Fuck.
definitely.
We got so much shit to talk
Yeah,
about.
let's make a list.
Yeah.
We've got a list anyway.
We need to get a whiteboard for here. That's what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
I'll buy one.
Just write down all
Put
the
it on
list.
there.
Yeah.
Everything we mentioned, fucking put that on.
Yeah.
And carry on.
Listeners, if you've got anything that you think would make a great podcast, please let us know.
Yeah.
And we'll add it to our list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're on everything now as well.
We are.
If anyone wants to
Literally
listen,
everything.
just search us
We're
on
all up,
Google.
aren't we? Yeah. We're fully up and running.
Fully active.
Yeah.
Blitzkrieging.
Yeah. Blitzkrieging.
Yeah, because the last few we've not actually been up. Like we're actually
Yeah.
we're
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
we're there now.
yeah, for all you listeners, like obviously, you've listened to what are we on. Like as we're speaking right now, we've released
3.
3.
3, yeah.
So we've had a bit of a bank. So now we're catching up. This is us as podcasters. This is fully operational.
Yeah.
It is the first one. Congratulations, guys, and
Powerful stuff.
it is. Yeah.
Mm.
Here's to a long and healthy
Chaos.
reign.
Rain.
Okay, yeah.
Right, guys. Thanks for listening. And we'll be back in a week's time to ruin your Sunday afternoon.
This was brought to you by Merdley Productions.